this point in time, you've probably heard some rumors through the grapevine about what it takes to be a skeleton athlete. The financial strain, the emotional, mental, and physical strain, and time. So this is a good reflection period to figure out if this is something you want to do at this moment. There's been athletes who are still in school, whether they're graduating high school, whether they're graduating from college, they have a semester or so left, and it might be too much to handle at one point, which is fine. Do what you need to do, come back if you still want to come back. There's other athletes who have different ambitions to start something, to go to grad school, get a certification for something, which takes a lot of time or takes a financial commitment to. Again, if you've had your heart set on something, don't be pressured into something. Don't feel like you have to do something. You have to do what's best for you. Because at the end of the day, you have to live with the results or the consequences of your choice. I'm not going to lie. This sport's expensive. I track my finances and I constantly am floored by the end of the year about how much I spent on this sport and where my money's going. So we joke about it, but get a credit card. Make sure you have good credit and put it on a credit card. Put everything on a credit card. Credit card. There's no surprise. There's no shock. There's no hidden message. It is what it is. It's an expensive sport. Between flights, between baggage, between buying equipment, between renting equipment, between just normal living, it's going to accumulate costs. And you have to be okay with that. Otherwise, it'll drive you insane. Mental and emotional strain. At the end of the day, this sport takes about 6 months of the year. It can be hard, but at the same time, you're not the only one going through it. Pretty much the rest of the team is going through the same thing too. So if you're someone who's really caught up in that, you might want to think about that in your consideration process if this is something you want to do. To say that it's going to be peachy keen all the time is a lie at the end of the day, because we're all human. There's times we're going to miss our parents. We're going to miss going out and hanging out with friends. There's going to be opportunities and memories we're going to miss and not be able to participate in. And at the end of the day, you have to understand that this journey is going to have some sacrifices. And at the end of the day, you have to be okay with making those sacrifices. Physical strain. There are injuries that happen in this sport. There are injuries that happen in every sport. But the nature of this sport, with going 80 miles an hour and being exposed in ice, it's cold. You're going to take some hits. You're going to crash. You might get hurt lifting. Like, you have to be prepared for these certain things. So I think the biggest hurdle for me was the cold. You have to understand this is a winter sport. There's going to be times you're exposed to odd 60-degree temperatures and you get the slide and you can wear a t-shirt out. And there's going to be times when you're wearing Antarctica gear because it's freezing. The closest I've ever experienced is negative 27 with the wind chill added to it. It sucked. It sucked a lot, but that's a part of the sport. If you're not a fan of the cold, this sport is not for you. If you can't handle the cold, this sport is definitely not for you. If you can't take hits, I'm not talking, this is not the same as football, this is not the same as boxing. Those might help in certain things, but this is not one of those sports where you can just come in and things just go peachy keen all the time. You're going to crash. You're going to take some hits. You might have some ice burns. That's just the nature of the sport. Now, ultimately, that does break certain people, and that is kind of a deal breaker for them. And that's fine, because the sport, again, like I said, the sport is not for everybody, but it's nice to know going in what you're being put up against versus being surprised and be like, I wish I knew instead. Thank you guys for tuning into this episode of Skeleton 101. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more videos like this one, please subscribe to my channel. If you have any questions or comments or concerns, you can definitely leave a message in the comments below or reach out to me on social media and send me a DM. This is definitely an open line of communication. I want you to be successful, or if you just want any questions about skeleton, slider or not, let me know. I will be happy to answer them to the best of my abilities, and if I don't know the answer, I will find the answer for you. All this advice and this experience that I'm sharing, I share out of love because I want you to do well and I want you to have a great experience here. Again, much love, thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more episodes.